Okay, so hello and welcome to Talha's Samsung mobile reviews. Today, basically, we're going to be talking you through how to look, search, and install games. And I'm also going to give you a little recommendation of my kind of top 10 games and what I'd recommend. So we're just going to be using the Samsung Galaxy Pro, which is often a common business phone that you'd see with a QWERTY keypad and now a touchscreen phone, as many of the Blackberries and stuff are coming out with. So yeah, let's just kind of go through it. So yeah, unlock it as usual. So the top ways to kind of install stuff and kind of find any application for your phone is through the Android Market, which I've got here on my home screen. There you've got pretty much everything, all the people are updating it on there and putting stuff on there and so on. But Samsung's also got this exclusive kind of Samsung apps thing there as well. There you can get some different apps that Samsung are doing themselves, and also in particular common apps that you'll get within the Android Market. But today we're just going to show you how to use the Android Market, so just click on there. Of course you're going to need your own Google account and so on to kind of use this. And it's very easy to make and straightforward. So the common setup, you've got all your first initial apps which they recommend. Here's like the top featured ones which they do, and you've got here in the bottom left apps, games, and my apps, which you've got here. You can also search and all these other things, and here they've got a little recommendation things which you can flick through there as well. So to find the games, you can go and literally just click on the games, and here you've got all the different categories. You can view all games, arcade, brain, cards and casino, all these different things, different kind of categories of games. So if you find that you click on any particular one, you've got your top ones which always come up. These are the top paid, you got your top free, and you got your just in ones as well. Of course, I forgot to mention, you can also use other application search things, such as AppBrain Market, which is a top one, which is works in a slightly different way in that it looks at what apps you've got and recommends things based on that, which can be really good actually in terms of finding what's the latest and what's the best stuff out there. So that's how to use the general kind of browsing yourself. If you want to search for things, you can basically press the search button, which is here, or you can press that search thing as we mentioned, and here you've got all the different things you've recently searched. What I'm going to point out for you today is a game called Open Sudoku. So if we just begin to type it in, I've actually typed it in recently, but it also comes up with different categories there, which I accidentally clicked on. So we just press the search, open. So you click on it, comes up with it. It turns out it was one word, but this is so you just click on the one you want, which is the top one. Here you'll see the different facilities, the general page of whenever you click on an app. You can see here the different star ratings which you can give. I haven't rated it myself. The description of the whole game and kind of what's on there, the key features, recently updated things, a screenshot of what the game is like, and most importantly I think is other people's reviews. And reviewing on the whole social network and all these different things is quite important because you get to see genuinely what other people think, and I really recommend people to write their own reviews. So here's generally 4 stars, 5 stars, touch could be better, this is saying it's a very good app and so on. And to download it, and finally as well, related apps. So sometimes if you want a better Sudoku thing, I can recommend it at the bottom. So to download it, just press the free here and you accept the terms and conditions. Yep. And here it downloads. It kind of comes up with a little icon at the top saying installing, so you can see it's installing there, and then it goes successfully installed. So you can open it directly from here. So this is actually my first of my 5 recommendations. Sudoku is a common game you often see people play in the newspapers and so on, but this one lets you kind of continuously play, and it also has the advantages of technology that you can easily edit and change and write and stuff, which doesn't often come easy on the tube or whatever you may be travelling on. 3 different difficulty levels. You've got the hard, and you've got the, I'm not sure if it comes out there, but you've got all the different things here. Nice little different keypads, so you've got the different keypads on the left, which you can change and stuff. Makes it very simple and very easy to use. So that's the kind of basic one. Sudoku is always a popular one. You can't really go wrong with Sudoku. That's my one of my five. I wouldn't say top five in any particular order. I think they're all kind of unique games in all in different categories, and they each offer a different kind of genre, if you like. So they're kind of the common one, I guess. It just wouldn't be a top five without it. Is Angry Birds. Top game, really simple to use, really kind of fun as well, and kind of gimmicky as well. The idea is basically to use these birds who the pigs have stolen their eggs, and you go and chase them and get it back by basically throwing yourself, assisted suicide if you want to reclaim your eggs back. So you've got lots and lots of different levels. All of this is completely free, by the way, both of these games so far. So it's just thing. Of course you can adjust the volume from the bar here in the left and right as you would for anything else. So you just saw that little animation. So the aim of the game, you've got the pigs here fortified it, and you basically have to get your revenge on these pigs. Use your finger to toggle this up and down. Then you swing your bird. Oh, direct hit. And then basically get a little rating at the end, and a point score as well. So here I've got 2 stars, I'm not entirely sure why. And then you kind of move on to the next level and so on, and it gets harder and harder, easier. Lots of different types of birds as well. Yeah, just a simple classic. You see lots of people playing this. You know, you can't go wrong with it. One thing I will say, it does get a bit repetitive, but so do most games, and this is a mobile phone at the end of the day. Next one, Robo Defense. There's 2 versions of this. There's the free version and paid version. I would say, you know, if there's any game you should buy, this is one of them, because it's an extra £1 and you really can't go wrong. It adds so much more value. The graphics are incredible. I'll show you those in a second. It gives you so many extra dimensions to the game. You've got the whole kind of achievement score and things. And if you're one person who likes to kind of build up score and buy extra features and buy extra points and stuff with that extra kind of as you progress through the game, it's something that you really enjoy. So if you press a new game, you've got lots of different levels. I'm not sure, he goes up all the way to around 50, I think, which you unlock as you get through the game. You've also got different types of levels, so it gives variety to the game. You've also got this VR training, which basically is just a completely custom, thousands of different level structures. So you've got so much variety, and you constantly find them updating it as well. Also survival mode, which is basically an infinitely long game, and basically you've just got to last until all your lives are lost. So the aim of the game, you get a little map like this, gives you the instructions. So prevent the enemies from crossing the screen, drag the towers, tap to upgrade and so on. So you put these little things out here. Oops. Yeah, that is actually one of the annoying things about this. You can often, you place things in the wrong place accidentally and all these things. So that man just managed to get away, as you can see. So here you kind of lay your structure. You've got 3 different types of towers, and the aim is basically to stop people crossing. Very simple, very fun, kind of goes on. And you lose a life, and as you see the life at the top there, you lose a life every time someone reaches that base there. So yeah, that's basically it. Simple game, nice and fun. Oops, I just exited of the game there. Next game. This is probably the most fun out of all of these games. This in particular is the free version. There's also a paid version here. Probably worth considering it. The only thing I'll say with this game, it takes up a massive amount of memory in your storage. I think they might have changed that now, but it's really irritating when you don't have a massive amount of space to begin with when it does that. So here it kind of talks you through it. There's kind of some tutorials. So you've got the free and you can buy it now. Let's put the free for now. The best thing about this, there's actually online multiplayer feature, which is incredible considering it's a phone. You play other people across the world, you build up your score, and you then go and buy extra stuff for the extra bats and stuff, which is really good. Lots of different things. So matchup is against other people. Arcade. So yeah, skip the ad. So the graphics are really good, completely 3D. And the aim of this is basically to move your phone up and down and basically tap to hit it, and you've got to hit it within a certain distance. So there you go, and you get runs and stuff accordingly. Every time you get a home run, you get a certain score and certain points. It's a really nice combination of the touch screen and of the movement of the game. So I'm not doing very well here, but it is quite intuitive, and you can get all your scores and stuff as well from this. Really fun. You can play this for hours on end, not having any trouble. The problem is if you're doing this while commuting, it's going to be, especially on the tube, quite difficult to maybe use your hands and stuff like this. But if it's like a bus and there isn't much movement of the bus and shaking around, it's kind of be quite nice as well to play. So that's that. But by far the best multiplayer game for mobiles yet. I've yet to see anything better than this. Is something they call Two Player Reactor, which is this game here. Two Player Reactor, you play it this way around, is basically what the name suggests. The game is you versus a friend, and you use the same screen. So we'll play a quick game here, best to illustrate through playing it. So you've got player 1 at the bottom, player 2, and you reverse it and you can see it's the same thing. And basically you press it when you see 3 of the same shape. So there's 3 of the same shape. I pressed it. Don't really know what happened there. Press could not be found. That's not usual, but you press it there when there's 3 of the same shape. I think I pressed the advert. And then you've got about 10 different types of levels. So is the alphabet in the right order? So no, that's wrong, so you get a red. And you can see here your point scores build up on the right as well. So I lost 2 points and so on. Really fun game. The adverts do get a bit irritating when you do press the wrong thing. But if you're travelling, especially long distances, and you're with someone, it can make it really fun to play. I know myself, I've kind of used the train to go around the UK on different occasions and stuff, and it's been really useful to play with a mate. So that's that, and those are the top 5 games. So just to run you through it, it's Open Sudoku, which isn't here on the screen, Angry Birds, Home Run 3D, Robo Defense, and Two Player Reactor. And just as a final word of advice, I know these things can build up a lot of memory on your phone, and it can be quite irritating when that happens. The thing I'd recommend is this thing called App2SD. I think I've not got necessarily the best version, but what these essentially do is anything which is movable from your storage card to your phone, you can then, it's telling me how much cache is available, and then you can delete it and stuff. So it's going to be deleting my cache, I think. But you basically have things which says movable here. Anything which is then movable from your phone storage to your SD, you can store and save a lot of space on your phone memory, and often the SD card has a lot more memory. And obviously this is a feature that Android have introduced on Android 2.2 and above. Unfortunately, if you have anything less than that, it won't work for you. But definitely I'd recommend you getting this if any of you have it. So that's it, and this is Talha Samsung Mobile signing off. Hope you enjoyed the review, and have fun commuting.